2,000 years ago, a warning was written down with shaking hands, not meant to scare people of that time, but to quietly wait for a generation that would feel lost without knowing why. This warning was never meant to be shouted from rooftops, never meant to trend, and never meant to be understood by everyone who reads it. Most people open the Bible looking for peace, comfort, or reassurance that everything will somehow be okay. But there is one section that feels different when you read it slowly, because instead of calming you, it creates an uncomfortable silence inside your mind. When you align those words with the world today, they don't feel ancient anymore. They feel uncomfortably current. And that is why so many people are suddenly whispering the same question. Why does it feel like everything is pointing towards something around 2026? Before you misunderstand this video, let me say this clearly and slowly so there is no confusion. This is not a prediction, this is not fear-mongering, and this is not about setting dates that no human is meant to know. The Bible never works that way. Instead, it shows patterns, behaviors, spiritual climates, and moments when humanity unknowingly steps into dangerous territory. History does not collapse overnight. It drifts. And the Bible is one of the few books that actually describes what that drift feels like before people realize they are moving. Jesus once said something that sounds simple, but is actually terrifying when you understand it deeply. He said, "Those who have ears to hear, let them hear." That means not everyone hears the same message, even when reading the same words. Some people only see stories, some see religion, but a very small number notice timing, atmosphere, and repetition. The Bible is not obsessed with dates. It is obsessed with moments. Moments when truth becomes negotiable and confusion becomes normal. The Bible describes a time when people would feel constantly overwhelmed but strangely empty at the same time. A time when information would be everywhere, yet wisdom would feel rare and hard to find. A time when people would speak louder than ever, yet listen less than ever. Division would feel justified, anger would feel righteous, and silence would feel uncomfortable. If this sounds familiar, that's not coincidence. That is a pattern repeating itself. In Matthew chapter 24, Jesus does something unusual. He doesn't comfort the disciples. He warns them. He speaks about wars, rumors of wars, nations rising against nations, hearts growing cold, and deception increasing everywhere. But here is what most people miss. Jesus says these things are not the end. They are the beginning of birth pains, pressure before transformation, discomfort before change. The Bible never names the year 2026. So why does that number keep appearing in conversations, theories, and quiet fears? Because major global systems do not change suddenly. They restructure silently. Economic systems, technological control, social behavior, power structures. The Bible describes moments when systems shift faster than human morality can keep up. That gap is where danger lives. The most terrifying thing the Bible warns about is not destruction. It is deception. Not chaos, but confusion. A world does not collapse because people are evil. It collapses because people stop recognizing truth when they see it. The Bible repeatedly warns that the greatest danger will come disguised as progress, convenience, and safety. Ask yourself something honestly, without defending yourself. Why does life feel faster than ever, yet less meaningful than ever? Why do people feel more connected digitally, yet more lonely internally? Why does everything feel urgent, but nothing feels important? The Bible warned that a generation would feel distracted into spiritual sleep, not attacked, distracted. This is not about religion versus science. This is about attention. Whatever holds your attention shapes your values. Whatever shapes your values shapes your decisions. And whatever shapes your decisions quietly designs your future. The Bible warns that deception will not look evil. It will look useful, comfortable, reasonable. And that is why so many people will never realize they are drifting. 2026 may not be an ending. It may be a turning point, a moment where humanity chooses noise or clarity, control or conscience, distraction or awareness. The Bible does not force belief. It simply records what happens when warnings are ignored long enough. So the real question is not whether 2026 is terrifying. The real question is whether we will recognize the moment while we are living inside it, or only understand it after it has already passed. Because history never announces itself loudly. It whispers. And only those who slow down enough to listen ever realize what time it truly is.